Hello there, my friend. I hope you are having a wonderful day already. My name is Gina Zwig, and I am with Positive Life Dog Training, and you are watching my weekly video blog. So, welcome. Thanks for watching. So, today we are going to be talking about enrichment for our dogs. About, I don't know, several months ago, I did a written blog on the topic and got some good feedback about that. And even since then, I have been learning more and I've been experimenting more. So now that I'm doing a video blog, I'm super excited to be able to share some demos of exactly what it is. So, what is enrichment for our dogs? Basically, anything that your dog finds innately satisfying. It could be um, digging, chewing, licking, scavenging or foraging for something, um, shredding things, playing, all of these things that our dogs were really created to do. Anytime that our dogs are allowed to just engage in more of their just natural dogginess, things that come naturally to them, all of these things, digging and chewing and all of those things, the more just fulfilled that they are as dogs, and so the less likely they are to exhibit undesirable, what we would consider undesirable behaviors, like digging up the yard or the flower beds or chewing on your furniture or just, excessive barking or jumping up on people and doing all of these things that I get asked to help my clients with the undesirable behaviors in their dogs. I have found that so often some of these, again, what we would consider unwanted behaviors, are simply the result of our dogs just not having enough to do, not enough to occupy their time and their brain. Sometimes it's not getting enough exercise, but more often than not, it's really just not being able to use their brain the way that they were created to do. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some videos of demos that I did with some typical enrichment activities that we do on a regular basis. I use lick mats, Kongs. Um, I do some just DIY enrichment with a dish towel, a muffin tin. You could spend a lot of money on different food puzzles and things like that. And I mean, it doesn't have to be a lot, but these things do cost. But there are a number of things that you can do to engage your dog in some of these natural activities that don't cost anything, things that you can just do yourself. Very simple. So check out the videos and let's see what Rory thinks of all this.
Okay, so we have 3 lick mats here, and I'm going to fill them with several different items. We have peanut butter, mashed bananas, cottage cheese. I don't use a lot of this, but it does add a lot of flavor. This gross easy cheese. Dogs love. I just do a little. And sometimes I do some shredded, or it's actually, what is that? Shaved Parmesan. And here I have some, it's this is actual dog food. I use it as treats. It's called Ziwi Peak is the brand, and Rory loves it. It's great for training. And this is dry food, his regular food. It's Honest Kitchen turkey. And so I'm just going to start making, I usually do just for simplicity's sake, I just do them all the same. And then next time I'll do, mix up the ingredients. You can also use yogurt. You can make like, soak the regular hard food in water until it's mushy. And then you can do that, spread that around. You can do some kind of spread cheese. Well, I didn't distribute this very evenly, but I don't think Rory's going to be doing his calculations. And then I'll do a little peanut butter on each one, banana and peanut butter. What's not to love about that, right? So he doesn't need a ton of each thing. And then we just kind of smash it into the grooves here so that it takes a good bit of licking to get it all out, right? And then I'm gonna do some cottage cheese. This is one of Rory's favorites. Not every dog likes everything, as I say, but it's kind of fun to experiment. Oh, that was kind of a lot. Didn't need that much. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in the freezer so they last a little bit longer when he's licking them. It just takes a little longer. If your dog loses interest, oh, I got these in the way, and it seems like I'll just add a little bit of this. He's just giving up, then maybe don't, see just a little taste of this. Maybe don't put them in the freezer. You don't have to do that. I just like I'll give Rory a lick mat in his little pen when I'm going to be gone for a while. And so it just keeps him busy for a little bit longer. And then I'm going to add, he doesn't also need a lot of this, but I just kind of push on some of this shaved Parmesan. You know, there's a lot of different stuff on here. And then you can just sprinkle around the treats. They just kind of stick on there. So many different things you could do. You could add blueberries to this, some carrots. I've done that. Find out what your dog loves. And so these are just going to pop in the freezer. It doesn't take a long time to prepare, as you can see. And I'd love to know what kind of ingredients you experiment with. Okay, so now we're going to work on some food puzzles for dry food. So, and you can use treats also. So I have a snuffle mat here. This is what it looks like. It had a drawstring. It's actually supposed to be able to draw more into a bowl shape, make it a little bit more challenging, but Rory chewed the string and I took the whole string out so it wouldn't be a choking hazard, but he still can use it. And so it's got all of these little, it's kind of almost felt like pieces. Little bit seems like grass. And so I'm just gonna sprinkle some of this. Again, this is that Ziwi Peak. He really likes that. It smells kind of strong. It's got salmon in it. And then some of his dry food. I'm just gonna sprinkle that. I sprinkle it, but I also kind of hide it underneath these things. So it takes them a little bit longer. Again, not trying to frustrate them, but make it challenging and fun. So he has to kind of sniff around for it. Sometimes he will just flip the whole thing upside down and get it out that way, but more power to him. And next we have a food puzzle. So this has all the different compartments and it's fun for them to kind of figure out. Whoops, there's water in this one. Didn't realize. Anyway, Rory, when we first got it, one of these fell off the counter and it scared him. So now he doesn't, I just put this whole thing away for a while because he was afraid of it. But I think it's pretty cool. He's tried it a couple times. I just didn't use these. But anyway, you just put, you can use anything dry that your dog likes. You just put it in the little compartments. And then so they have to like nudge this with their nose, move this around. I'll put some in here. So we've got, also I just tried these recently. Got these from, or the idea from one of my clients. It's Honest Kitchen and they're Parmesan Hex. So these do have some grains in them, so I'm trying not to do a ton of that right now. But you just put them in all the different compartments. Doesn't take very long. And then a really fun one is this. Again, some of these DIY things cost really nothing. And oh, I forgot to show these. Kind of go back on there so they have to like pick them up or knock them off to get the treat underneath. I'm gonna try that on Rory again, see if he likes it. And so I only have, let's see, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3. I have 5 little tennis balls here. This is a mini muffin pan. You can certainly use large tennis balls in a large muffin pan. But so I'm just going to, I don't know, I'm missing some tennis balls right now. So I'm just going to put some dry food. Oh, and we have here. This makes it super fun too. More smelly. Some of that shaved Parmesan. And then you just put, this is really, it's not super challenging for them, but they have to just nudge the balls off. You can even, if you have extra balls, you can just not put food under every one. Or if you have lots of balls, you can put all kinds of different things under. And so then he has to get the balls off, and then they can play with the balls afterwards and eat the treats. So that keeps them occupied for a bit, helps them to think. They have to think about it. And then the last one here is one of my favorites because it's easy and it's free. Does not cost anything to do. This is just a dish towel. And so I'm going to take just, there's a couple different ways you can do it. I'll do it this way. You can just put the food in a little row here, and you can feed some of your dog's meals this way. It doesn't have to be treats or a supplement. He can actually eat his food this way. And then, so it depends on how much of a challenge your dog wants, and you probably might start out a little easier. So I just like fold it up loosely, and I just gave it to him like this, and he will get in there and get it. Then he got a little bit better at it. So we kind of did this. Then you can, we're not quite to this stage yet because I think he would give up on it. You can actually tie it in a knot if your dog has some time. If your dog is one that wants to actually shred and eat the towel, then probably not unattended. And then here's another method you can do is you just scatter these around like this. And then you just like twist it, just like fold it in the middle. This is of course going to be easier for them, but they're all kind of in there now in the folds. Can you see that? See that? And this is one that Rory now takes, and he'll just, instead of like getting his little nose in there, he just picks the thing up and shakes it, and the food all goes flying 10 feet in every direction. But you know, again, more power to him. So anyway, I hope you found these helpful and that you might want to try experimenting with some of these on your own dog. Here he goes. You know, one of the tennis balls went over into one of the other muffin cups, so then he's going to move that again, see if there's one. Look, buddy. Look at it.
You might find that your dog does not love everything. I know my Rory, I just was convinced that he was going to love Kongs because most dogs do. And he's just, at least at this point, he is not that excited about them. He kind of gives up. So I like to try to make things easier at first for our dogs, whether it's a food puzzle or a Kong or anything that they need to use some problem solving on. Um, some dogs are just quicker at it, and others, if it's just too difficult or maybe the food inside isn't as interesting to them, that they might just give up. So one thing I like to do is to make things last a little bit longer, put these items in the freezer. Um, I did find though that for the Kongs, for Rory, putting those in the freezer did make it too difficult for him, at least at the beginning. So we've been experimenting with that a little bit, just putting a little peanut butter, not frozen, in the Kongs to just make it a little bit more doable. And then we'll try to make it a little bit harder. So for most of these things, start out easy with your dog. If it's just too easy, too fast, of course, you can always progress to make it just more challenging. So the idea is it's all of these activities are supposed to be fun for your dog. They can be challenging, but we don't want them to be frustrating. We certainly don't want to add frustration to your dog's life. We're trying to do the exact opposite here. Another way to add enrichment to our dogs' daily lives is to incorporate some short training sessions into the day. You can do a couple of 5-minute sessions here or there. It doesn't have to be an hour-long training session, does not have to be a big deal. I cannot tell you how many times I hear from my clients, and they even send me some adorable photos and videos of their dogs after one of our training sessions, which are about an hour long typically, but being just completely wiped out in the best way, sometimes for hours after a training session, and they're usually pretty happy about that. The reason is their dogs have simply been allowed to or asked to really use their brain a lot. There's problem solving, sometimes just making a choice. They're trying to decide what is the right thing to do here, making a choice. When we give them that opportunity, it just really tires them out mentally in just the best possible way. So here's a video that I did of a sample of just a fun training session that you can do. You can incorporate stay training in this. If your dog knows how to stay, it's great. If not, it's a really fun way to practice that. Okay, let's try it again, buddy. Over here. Good boy. Rory, sit. Good boy. Good. Stay. Okay, find it. Good boy. That's level one. Hide it in plain sight. Good job. Let's do it again. I know it's getting hot, but we need the lighting. Good boy. Rory, sit. Good boy. Working on that stay. Good. Stay. A little bit harder. Okay, find it. I'm gonna let him look. Yay! You got it, buddy. Good boy. So good, buddy. Okay, now we're gonna do it with a toy. He really likes his little sheepy dog. Rory, sit. Good. Stay. Okay, find it. Yay! You got it. Good boy. That was fun. Okay, now we're gonna make it a little bit harder, just a little bit different. Rory, sit. Good. Stay. I'm coming back to him this time. I'm not going to show him. Okay, go find it. Where's your sheepy? Yay! Good job, buddy. There it is. There are many ways you can add enrichment to your dog's life. These are just a few. I hope you found them helpful. I had referred to that I had done a written blog post in regard to the same topic. I will include a link here below the video in the description. You'll find a link to that blog post. I have also included a link to a PDF that I created for some of these enrichment ideas. So you can either print that out. If you do download the electronic version, you can click on a lot of these links if you look to purchase any of these items. So I hope you found this helpful, my friend. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you back here next week. My name is Gina Zwig. I'm a professional dog trainer and owner at Positive Life Dog Training. It is my joy and passion to share with you the wonders of positive reinforcement training and to promote the positive treatment of the most amazing creatures on the planet, our beloved dogs. In my video blog, I share dog training tips, recommendations, lots of free resources, and training demos, all to help you and your dog live your most positive lives together. If you're a dog parent or caregiver, and like me, you also like the idea of making our dogs' lives continually better, then you're in the right place, my friend. Be sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. And thanks so much for watching, my friend. Be sure to scroll down in the description to grab any links to resources I've included in this post. I hope to see you next week.